This is the prologue or announcement episode. Did I say who I was yet? Hi, I'm CP. You aren't.
Michael, what have you done?
I was trying to help people. But the cure, it's a curse.
Michael.
Earth is on the edge of destruction.
We cannot survive unless a way can be found to respond to the probe.
The key to saving the future
Spock, you're talking about the end of every life on Earth.
can be found only in the past.
We're going to attempt time travel. Sulu, take us home.
Perhaps this will be easier if you tell me what you've done.
How did it happen?
There was something.
You think this is still about you? I'm not seeking forgiveness for what I've done, Father. I'm asking forgiveness for what I'm about to do.
This Organized Chaos podcast is brought to you by JEMS Art Studio. JEMS Art Studio is an online store that allows access to prints that you can use for most anything, obviously as just a picture, or as a wallpaper, or as a bookmark, or anything you can think of. You can find JEMS Art Studio at etsy.com/shop/JEMS Art Studio. This podcast is also brought to you by listeners like you. Thank you. Hello, and welcome to another Organized Chaos podcast. Thank you again for choosing the single best episode of any podcast ever. We are welcome to have you here. I'm joined by Bobby, as always, but I'm also joined by an old friend, CP.
Hi.
How you doing, CP?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm figuring out OBS.
Oh, so horribly is what you do.
Yeah. If you're listening and you're thinking about getting into the podcasting game or like video editing game, OBS is your best friend and your worst enemy. It is.
Yeah.
It is great and terrible all at once.
Yeah, it's like a Ferrari. Like it looks like fun to drive, but the upkeep is ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Tedious at best.
Wait, who is that? Bobby? Bobby, you're here?
Yes. Hi.
How are you doing, Bobby?
I'm doing okay. Doing all right. Luckily not feeling so drained, but more on that later.
No. Well, I asked CP to be here because he's one of my oldest YouTube friends, and I thought it'd be nice to bring him on because, gotta be social on this podcast, I guess.
I think you and I, or maybe not me to you, but I know you're my first YouTube friend. Like the first person I was like, yeah, this person doesn't seem crazy. They kind of have similar views. Let me ask this guy what's up. I'm certain of it. You're my first YouTube friend.
Awesome. Yeah, it's between you and Lindsay. I think I maybe met Lindsay maybe like a week or two before you, but like
and then
we
all
working on
started
any projects or anything. Like,
yeah, we were all yeah. What produce? Get out of here.
Yeah, fuck, Jesus. I'm just here to talk to people. What brought you to YouTube, CP?
So I'll try my best to avoid the crappy version. I'm I'm not retired. I'm just out of work. I'm an out of work stand-up comedian.
Mm-hmm.
And I got tired of the travel. I got really tired of wasting 2 days a week to go to or come from a job where, listen, the hours are fantastic. You're working a total of maybe 4 hours a weekend, and it's phenomenal. Don't let anybody tell you it's not. Even on a bad show, you just wasted 45 minutes, and now you're getting drunk. It's fantastic. But I just wanted to stay home. And then I had a personal event happen where I lost someone close to me. and that kind of mentally shut me down. And it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do from a creative standpoint, because I mean, how many people are so blessed to say something like, I get to do something that people wish they can do, and I get paid for it. So, you know, I remembered how lucky I was, and I said, all right, well, let me take the same approach to maybe trying something like this on YouTube, because at the time YouTube was perhaps as big. It was at the tail end of MySpace and Vine, where there was this big, you know,
Vine.
Yeah.
Be funny in 6 seconds.
The pre-TikTok. Wow.
Yeah, it's prehistoric TikTok. That's exactly it. And I just because I went to film school when I was younger, and I loved watching people talk about movies and stuff, and I loved saying, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. And so I wanted to hone something, and my first idea for the channel was Who Would Like That, which is WILI. And I went with that a long time until I stopped caring about being in the middle, because I realized that, you know, there's certain things that sell, and right down the middle doesn't sell. Like, if you're in Hollywood, you're not going to make a well-dressed person with a buttoned-up shirt. You're gonna have an appealing person with some flesh out. And it took me a little bit to figure out that, you know, being straight down the middle with an opinion isn't going to cut it. So I started leaning into some of the funnier stuff, some of the stuff that could be mocked. I mean, I had the comedy background, and I was doing it all wrong, because I wanted to play it straight with a comedic background, and I'm like, why am I doing this? This is stupid. Like, I have history in comedy, and I'm trying to tell people that Jupiter Ascending actually is a pretty decent movie if you just give it time. And you know, I could not sleep.
Oh, jeez.
So, you know, it became a ever evolving thing, to where it wasn't so much talking about movies, but, you know, just being excited. It wasn't so much reviews as much as it's what we're doing now. I liked interacting. I really, really liked, you know, bouncing ideas off of people, and hearing people's ideas, and collaborating and doing fun stuff. My wife and I, we try to do it at least once a year, where we'll take a scene from a movie and emulate it, but, like, you know, make it a little different. I don't remember how we emulated it. I remember how we made it different, but we did the Drexel scene from True Romance last year. And she played Christian Slater, and I played Gary Oldman. And
okay,
yeah,
and you know, it was it's more, yeah, you're just playing dress up at that point, and you know, it's that stuff's fun.
Yeah,
and you know, being able to use your education and have fun, and I don't know. There's days where I think YouTube's really incredible. The ideas are great. and there's days where I think, the hell am I doing this for? This is stupid.
I know what that's like. I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's really great. I can get my stuff out there. Now 50 people can watch it. No.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing, too. At least with stand-up, I knew where I stood.
Yeah.
Like, if I had a good night, I could hear it. The people, the reaction was right there in front of me. If I had a bad night, it was quiet. It was like, okay, I need to work on something because they weren't making noise. YouTube, it's just a straight gamble because you put a video that you've edited out there and it gets views or it doesn't. And you have no way of reading why people are not watching these things. And it's troublesome.
Yeah.
I had this series that I did over the course of the last 2 years. COVID really helped push this forward. There's a book that was written 1999, the best movie year ever. And I enjoyed reading the book, and it spawned me to kind of take that book, the idea of the book, and twist it, because so many things happened to me personally in 1999 that I wanted to go through the calendar year of 1999, have people talk about their experiences with movies while getting my ultimate story of how, it's the year where I started doing stand-up comedy. And, there's The Matrix in there. There's episode 1 is in there. Magnolia is in there. Green Mile is in there, and American Beauty, which stars somebody we don't talk about anymore, I guess.
Well, we say his name, but we say it like deep and evil.
Yeah,
because he is evil.
Yeah, American Beauty, a great movie starring Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a fun series, and I had people collaborate, tell me it wasn't so much about the movie. It was about, why is this movie important to you? Like, what is great about this movie? My wife, who is a member of the LGBTQ community, told a story about how, while watching, or not watching, but sleeping with the Catherine Zeta-Jones movie with Sean Connery. What the hell's the name? Entrapment.
Yes.
Entrapment.
Oh yeah, Entrapment, where he's not James Bond. Yeah.
Oh, she tells this story about how that's when she first realized, I think I like chicks.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the movie. It's just a story it's a movie that came out in 99. It has a big deal to her, and I have this story in my little showcase of 12 episodes of stories, and every time somebody told me it was a good idea, I got more excited, and then every time I released the video and it barely hit 200 views, I wanted to run face first into a wall.
That's the frustrating thing about YouTube. You'll do videos that you're really proud of, and it just gets no traction. And then you do a video that you just kind of like, okay, fine, I'll just shit this one out. And all of a sudden it's getting like thousands of views, and you're like, what the fuck, man?
Dude, I have this thing where I talk about like movies that, like I don't know what it's called. It's like the disgusting movie Iceberg or whatever the hell it's called. And I cover those movies, and sure enough, I could get a couple of hundred people watching Solo, my review for Solo every day. But I can't get them to watch me talk about 1999.
Of course.
Well, they just want to see what clips from the movie you're going to use.
Yeah. Caligula. I actually. I had fun with Caligula because there's a lot of There's a lot of
a lot of editing.
a lot of open orifices in
Yes.
Caligula. So there is in the the cold open. I have a cold open for that video where it looks like while two people are kissing, there's this cloud of fart just coming up, and it's making this noise, and somebody was offended by that I defaced their lovely movie, otherwise known as Caligula. I was like, are you kidding me?
Oh, if they love it that much, it seems like it'd be a more private viewing affair.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if they want an audience, I mean, that's their thing.
Yeah.
They're allowed to have it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I clicked on this video hoping for that one shot from Caligula, and you defiled it. And
Yeah. I want you to tell me how great the cinematography was, the passion they felt.
I was more interested in the set design, actually. Did you know that they were all union workers?
Yeah. How'd they do the lighting on that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Was that real fire, or was that just like, tissue behind a fan?
Wait, what microphone was that?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
In approximately 8:23, there's a boom mic visible. You missed that.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, the comment section certainly keeps everything fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the fun thing about YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Well,
I guess.
There was a video that we had for the podcast a while ago where somebody just I noticed that he had commented on the past few episodes. And I kind of ignored it, but I noticed he kind of just seemed like he was baiting a little.
Oh, really? Okay.
He was baiting Bob a little bit, and it's kind of more like, that's my friend. That's not nice. Mm-hmm. And I was just kind of get comment. I'm like, wait, this is the video when I need to kill him with kindness. Hey, thanks for your comment and feedback. Period.
It does help. I mean,
reply just every time. Hey, thanks for your comment and feedback. We really appreciate it. Keep watching.
I don't even know if I noticed that on the podcast. I don't know. I'm so filled up with comments on the main channels.
Yeah. But, I figured I'd try to do that because my channel doesn't get much circulation. Well, how you were talking about earlier, how something that you could just hammer out, whatever.
Yeah.
I went to this broadcasting trade school at the beginning of COVID, and part of it they had us do a mini documentary. I instead opted to do a mockumentary, just have it be like I'm doing one over Crystal Lake, as if Camp Crystal Lake actually exists.
That's awesome.
And I filmed it in the back of my apartment complex because there's a little man-made lake back there, and there's a construction site that has a fence easily. Oh, very nice.
Well,
sorry for those of you who are just listening. I'm showing him my Friday the 13th 3D poster.
But that video has more views than an entire first season of like true crime vlogs and podcast I made.
Yeah, it's so weird. You can't gamble. You can't gamble on what's going to do well.
And I put time into those, like researching, finding photographs, making sure they're accurate photographs of the people I'm talking about, and accurate photographs of, I guess in particular crimes for some of them, like Zodiac Killer and the Texarkana one, pretty much the one that the town that dreaded sundown was about. And that one was really hard because, like, I guess, investigating crimes wasn't as well, documented back then as it is now. No. So everything I read, I was like, wow, this seems like I'm missing so much. And then finding like a Texas Archives. No, that is everything. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to BS a lot of this.
Yeah. Like usually the ones that they make into movies, when it says inspired by real events, that means a guy lived somewhere. That's all that means.
There's
somebody had heard some. They talked to Jasper, or pretty much, they talked to Ralph.
Yeah, I've heard of a guy that had this name once. So yeah,
exactly.
But since like the mockumentary thing did so well, I'm thinking, well, I should make some more based on like the big boys of slasher horror.
That's awesome.
So I'm thinking maybe Michael, Freddy and somehow Chucky. I don't know how.
From my experience,
using the doll. Without using the doll.
My experience with Halloween, that is its own subculture.
Oh, I'm just gonna do alternative endings for each of them for each of the timelines because I'm a big fan of the series. So that's gonna be the big project.
I did not realize, like, you know, they're like they're like their own community. Halloween fans, it's incredible.
I think the only thing comparable would probably be Scream fans.
Yeah, Scream fans are pretty hardcore. Or that Korean pop group, they're pretty popular.
That's terrifying. But yeah, I do think it's funny you brought that up, Bobby, because it just occurred to me, like, CP is probably like the biggest Friday fan I can think of. Right?
And you know what's funny? Everybody comes to me and they're like, "Hey, just so you know, Part 8 sucks." And I'm like, "Dude, I know."
Yeah.
I said, "I'm a fan. You know, it's a guilty pleasure. What do you want me to say?"
It is. Well, you be a fan and also acknowledge it's not all great.
Yeah.
I mean, my guilty pleasure series is Leprechaun, and I don't care what anyone says. 4 is the best. Because it's aliens with Leprechaun.
Dude, I watch Armageddon at least once a year. And unironically so, I have a blast with that movie. Just a good time.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's we're all different. And that's the thing to figure out.
Yeah.
My most successful video, speaking of just bizarre and random, is a video that's I think it either did or is about to hit 100,000 views, and it's a video because I used to be a movie theater employee, where I take popcorn and show people how to put butter in the middle using a straw
without having. Is it the straw technique?
Without having to take popcorn out, you put a straw in the middle. You put the straw up against the nozzle, and you pump it through, and it goes right down to the middle. And you know the comments are hysterical. Somebody compared me to Einstein. I'm like, dude. And then there's like 15 upvotes.
Sure.
It's just kind of science.
You just blew my mind.
It's a straw.
Straw. It's essentially a lone cylinder.
All this time I'm trying to form the napkins into a cone. Papers everywhere.
I had to make this little shuffling time the whole time.
Oh yeah,
making a mess.
That's what I should do. We should all do it. We should all make a video where everybody's worst ways of trying to get butter in the middle.
I mean,
just chaos.
I could talk to a local theater here. I'm sure I could BS my way into that. I work in food service. I could talk my way into it.
Yeah. Food service is just
opinions.
It's hard.
I've never done food service. Shut up, Bobby.
That's how we met, Bob. That's how we met. We were slaving stuffs to college kids.
Yeah.
College.
Oh God, that was the day. That was the day when my daughter was a baby.
Yeah, actually, the kids weren't that bad.
No.
Oh my God!
I'd say
how old's your oldest now, Bob?
She turns 14 in a little bit.
Oh my God!
I know.
I don't like time.
I know.
Yeah.
It just keeps on moving.
Yeah. Somebody tell it to chill.
Just slow it down a bit, okay? Maybe go back a year, Well, COVID's that weird thing too, where I feel like COVID started 2 weeks ago and 20 years ago all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, COVID's like a black hole because it's this thing. You remember how life was before COVID, and you remember life now, but then there's just 2 years of COVID that is really nothing.
Yeah.
For the most part, is nothing. And
and it's just like
we were living. We wasted 2 years of our lives just doing nothing.
Kind of like this collective fog almost.
Yeah.
Filled with like just conspiracy.
Yeah.
And craziness. And unrest. Just mad. Yeah. It was a wild 2 years. Oh yeah.
Can't wear masks.
Freezing the scarves and just freezing stuff.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, CP. What is the name of the channel where people can find you?
So the name of the channel now is Wiliscredia, which is WILISCREDIA, which stands for Will I Like It? Discreet Media, which I thought I was being cute, but everybody's like, so Will, what is this? Will.
Yeah.
I don't. They think my name is Will, and I don't know. I guess my last name is Scredia. I don't know. Hey, Will, nice channel.
Yeah. Well, I'm sometimes called Chaos on my channel, so.
Yes, I should get in the habit of referring to you as that more.
And in recent years, I've been having to call myself Charles, CP, otherwise known as Charles. Especially thanks to the Q folk, the Q anon. I don't want to give them credit because CP stands. CP stands for something very, very not good. It rhymes with mild corn. It's like, all right, well, thanks. I had a nickname, now it's gone.
That's not good. No.
It's just my initials. I didn't put them there.
Look at the timestamp date, guys. Years, I'm telling you.
We got your secret message. We're listening.
Look, he's eating pizza. He's eating pizza.
That's the code. Are we ready to relive our memories of Morbius?
Are we?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't enjoy my time reading the synopsis.
I think you did it the smart way, by the way.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I never thought words could give me such a bad migraine like watching a bad movie has given me migraines before. But yeah. I can only imagine how they translated it from the screen from what I read, and it seemed like it was a big mess. Bob, you actually saw this, so...
Didn't they put more money into it too? Didn't they delay it and put more money into it?
There was lots of delays on this one, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Because that's insane if that's true. Like,
yeah, it's
boring.
No, like
it's boring.
Okay, Bobby, if I were to describe this movie, you remember the Venom movies, right?
Yeah.
Imagine those movies if Tom Hardy plays it 100% straight.
Yeah.
No emoting, no action, just 100% straight faced.
Yeah.
So my original...
And take 10 Valium before you get started.
Yeah. Jesus.
I think that's probably just to get out of bed for I don't mean that. That's mean. That's mean. I don't mean that. So I guess my original hot take on that when I saw the trailer was that Tommy Wiseau should just be playing Morbius.
God, it would have been better.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean...
infinitely more entertaining.
I mean, I remember Morbius from the old animated series that was on Fox in like the 90s. But... And I remember rewatching it recently. Like, well, when I got Disney Plus and I saw that it was on there, I just immediately started watching because that was a great series.
Is it on Disney Plus to watch?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Why did I
Yeah.
It was a pleasant surprise when I found it. And I also completely forgot that Mark Hamill voiced Hobgoblin.
Oh,
forgot that.
Right, yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. No. All right, I'm going to watch this one.
Yeah.
But all those episodes with him in it, like, I kind of thought, this guy's doing a really bad Tommy Wiseau. Or it might be Tommy Wiseau. It's not Tommy Wiseau. Tommy Wiseau should just play Morbius if they ever make a movie.
Well,
yeah.
But
yeah.
What is it about Jared Leto that, like, he won his Oscar, and then suddenly he just said, "Screw it, I'm just gonna do things my way now." Like, it seems like that's what he's doing now with his career.
It really seems like it, and it really seems like here he just didn't care. Like, there was nothing to his performance. It was just so boring, and all the characters are just boring.
Yeah.
I'd say, if you twist my arm, if anybody's having fun, it's Matt Smith. But even it's not
that's
great.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I read there was like a lot of subtle Doctor Who references with Smith. Like, I think one that I read is right before the child version of his character is introduced. The clock is about to strike 11, and the first time that we see him as an adult, the clock is at 11. There's a shot of a clock, and it's at 11.
Oh, that's cool.
Being the 11th Doctor, and he later ranks something about himself at 11.
Yeah. See, I never put that together, but, you know, it was all I could take just to actually stay somewhat engaged with this movie.
Understandable.
Yeah. Morbius, more like Borbius.
More like Snorbius.
Yeah, I mean, because I really didn't like Venom like Rise of Carnage. I was not too impressed.
No, that was a little goofy for my taste. A little too goofy.
No, they're both bad movies, but I would take either one of those before Morbius again.
And I mean, even if like we try to like rewatch them and look at them as like a romantic comedy trilogy or sequels, I mean, I still think they'd be more enjoyable from that aspect. Still better movies than what I imagine this is.
Yeah,
I mean, to be polite about one thing in Morbius, I thought the effects were really cool. I thought like when he started changing and like that the effects with his skin, those looked really, really impressive and believable. And I have no more notes.
Yeah, the effects were actually all right here.
Yeah,
better than they honestly deserve to be.
Well, from like the footage that's been released and some of the footage that people did not record from their phones from the theater, the effects, they did look pretty decent.
Yeah,
I've seen and allegedly not seen, but but it did seem like. I mean, there was one clips of them where, like, the person recording them was just saying, "And no one fucking cares." At the end of every clip, and it's like, oh man, it's like this must be bad.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like even entertainingly bad though. It's just like boring bad. It's just
you know, because Carnage. If you were to like watch Carnage then Morbius or vice versa, Carnage would feel like, I don't know, a ride in a really fast car while taking meth and eating cotton candy. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I mean, at least you're going pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still confused as to what happened to his hair. Didn't he have a curly thing happening? What happened?
You know,
how are they treating him in that prison?
Well, when I watched Carnage, I've only seen it once, obviously, but when I watched it, it seemed like a romantic comedy to me, and like viewing it through that lens, it's entertaining. It's bad, but there's entertainment to be had there.
Yeah, but I mean, there's movies that are romantic comedies. I would rather watch Carnage as opposed to the list of those other movies that are bad, even for that genre.
The focus is in the wrong spots.
Oh yeah.
But that's fixable. I mean, that, you know. Go ahead, Sony. Throw a couple and more $1 million at it and fix it.
So,
idiots.
Let's see. So I guess neither of you guys saw the post-credit scene, so I'll go ahead and spoil that to everybody.
Oh no,
listening.
I did watch both of those too.
Oh. Well, to spoil it to everybody listening, because just don't watch this. Don't.
Was it a sentence that said, "Ha ha ha, we have your money too late now"?
Yeah, that felt better.
Dicks.
No, we just get Adrian Toomes from Michael Keaton, who is prominent in the trailer, by the way. I mean, I guess not prominent, but he gets a shot in the trailer, and that's all post-credit stuff.
Yeah, he was in the original trailer and in the final trailer release. Yeah. And there was also that image of Spidey on the house.
Dude,
right?
I would advise everybody, if you can, don't watch trailers anymore.
Yeah.
Because I was at the Halloween Kills test screening, and they showed a shot of Jamie Lee Curtis holding a knife where she's walking down a hallway. That was the original ending. And it got cut.
Oh.
So the trailer house, they just take the sexiest looking stuff they have, and it's not cool.
Was it just her leaving the hospital?
Have you seen?
Oh yes.
Halloween Kills. All right.
Yes.
So Halloween Kills ends similarly, where Karen is up in Michael's room. But the difference here is she calls Laurie to say, "We did it. He's dead." But Laurie Strode's listening the whole time, and then Michael Myers gets a hold of her and starts killing her, and Laurie Strode's listening to the whole thing. She's listening to her daughter get murdered, and then Michael Myers picks up the phone, a la Part 1.
Yeah.
And Jamie Lee says, "Michael, I'm going to come and I'm going to fucking kill you." And then she walks through the hallway with the knife, and that's how it ends. And I was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Right on Part 3.
That's such a basic change, too. I don't know why they cut that. I don't know.
It's weird. It's a weird cut because it's just such a random death that she has now.
Yeah. What was the movie 30 seconds too long? I mean, what?
I don't know. I don't I'd love the explanation as to why. Why did you do that?
No, that sounds good.
And they had this symmetry thing going on because at the end of Halloween 2018, the granddaughter had the knife in her hand, and that was the last shot. Yeah. In Kills, in the cut that I saw, the last shot was Laurie with the knife in her hand.
Yeah.
So, they were doing something. They were actually, being more than just a regular old slasher movie.
No, you can tell it's made by people who have a love and respect for the series.
Yeah. And the other thing about test audiences, I'm looking around. I'm like, all right, that guy, he's only here because it's free. There's no way he'd pay to watch this. Those people, they're just here for food. Test audiences are weird. I don't know why they still do shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they're trying to reach out to a broader audience.
Yeah.
But
it's okay
some people
not
aren't
to.
just going to. Some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's certain genres that you just won't nail everybody. Comedy is one of them. Horror is another. Romantic comedy is another. Just take your audience.
Yeah, even period pieces get that cynical review too.
Capitalize on the most you can from your base and just go on. You're not gonna get Titanic money from Halloween Kills, so just stop.
Well, actually, we found we can get 2 more child tickets per family if we rate Halloween Ends as PG.
There probably is a conversation like that happening.
I mean, probably, yeah.
Sure.
If you could tie it in with some sort of cereal, that's all we need. That's all right.
We can't really tie it in with Marvel. That's too
marshmallow
PG-13.
knives.
We'll tie it in with Care Bears.
Yeah, little marshmallow Shatner masks.
Oh God. Spock.
Yeah.
Just for fun,
and it makes your milk turn red because Halloween. You gotta be in the spirit.
Also, please keep your eye out for the Silver Shamrock special edition box. Ooh.
When's that giveaway? 3
varying boxes.
I think our giveaway's at 9 p.m. Some people are completely oblivious. Like, what
yeah, they're just like, wait, what?
What giveaway? What are you talking about?
Silver Shamrock cereal.
No.
It's called Lucky Charms. I don't know why why is he saying it that way.
Yes. So,
sorry.
I guess final thoughts on Morbius.
Who is the actor that always seems to be that guy now in everything? He was a doctor.
Wait, you talking about
the
Jared Harris?
Is it Jared? No, the guy who is in a wheelchair for Resident Evil.
Oh, I haven't seen the Resident Evils in a while.
He was in the Poltergeist remake as like the Quack. Yeah, I realize I'm naming some real doozies here.
There was a Poltergeist remake.
Yeah.
That's right. There was with Sam Rockwell. I never got around to watching it. I forgot that existed.
There was a Poltergeist remake.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking. I think.
Yeah.
I brought up Jupiter Ascending and the Poltergeist remake in the same session.
I mean, Jared Harris was in that too.
Does Sam Rockwell at least save it?
He tries, man.
Okay. That's at least.
Well, Poltergeist. Man. I mean, I don't know how you remake that, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like,
don't.
Yeah.
Did they have as much trouble with production as past attempts?
If by trouble you mean not doing a good job in producing.
No, I more mean like, was it actual prop skeletons they used this time?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Poltergeist remake was PG-13.
Yeah, because you got to get those cereal sales.
Yeah, that's right.
Poltergeist cereal.
It's good for the soul.
Yeah.
Clowny marshmallows in each bowl.
And now, new tree.
Tree.
Buy this one and you can get the It cereal for half off.
Also includes classic shapes as chair.
So anyways, the actor you're trying to think of, was he in Morbius?
Yeah. If I'm looking at the poster right here, he's bottom right. That you have.
Okay, yeah, that's Jared Harris.
Is it Jared Harris?
Yeah.
It rang a bell. I wasn't sure if I had it right.
Yeah, you're right. He kind of is like that guy now. Like,
yeah.
He's always that guy.
It's like, oh, I know that guy.
Yeah. Oh, look, he's playing that guy again.
Yeah. Well, hey, like there's been actors who have been that guy who have later gone on to have really great careers.
Oh, sure.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Hell, he was doing that guy for a long time.
The guy who, now I feel bad that I'm forgetting on his name right now, and I'm going to kick myself when
Philip Seymour Hoffman was that guy for a bit, but then he kind of shook out of it.
Yeah. The guy how it was teased to be Shredder in the first Turtles movie that with Michael Bay that they made. He also was in Armageddon. He played the other captain of the actual astronaut.
Oh, are you talking about not the guy who actually played Shredder, but the rumor, William Fichtner?
Yes, William Fichtner.
Oh,
Okay.
William Fichtner.
He's great though.
Oh yeah,
I loved him in Go.
that
was an alright one.
Yeah, I call it teenage Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
I don't think I've actually seen that one, so
that was
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's not bad.
1999 movie, I think.
Ooh.
I've seen way too many 1999 movies.
It's almost like you did a project on that.
Okay, so I guess what we have next on the docket is the Voyage Home.
Yeah, Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. Oh, let's get you guys in here.
I think I left my oven on.
Yep, that's the poster. Yep.
Even though Spock never wore the red. No,
Spock never wears his uniform in this one. Well, no, he does at the end.
Headband.
Yeah,
he does
that is weird.
When they're back when they're back in at Starfleet.
Yeah. Hey, at least Boombot guy makes it into this movie on that poster.
I'm more curious about man, Shatner. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he got into shape for this one.
That belt's working overtime.
Yo, if you told me this was also a Police Academy movie, I would believe.
I would buy it.
No, that poster, it's so weird.
Yeah, that is. Well, this one is very weird, I thought. Out of all of these original movies with the original Star Trek cast, this one to me just is definitely the oddity of the bunch.
Yeah, well, it's Leonard Nimoy was given pretty much control over this one, and he was very clear that they've all been serious at this point. He wants to do a light, fun one, and yeah.
I mean, it was a romp.
Yeah.
Definitely tell that this one had the most production behind it.
Yeah,
this had probably the biggest bankroll.
Yeah, and I do believe this was the most successful one to date for a while. If I can tell, First Contact probably.
I mean, how dare it knock off Wrath of Khan?
I know. Well, Wrath of Khan was just coming off the first one. People were finally going, "Oh wait, these movies can be not boring now."
Yeah.
And yeah,
this.
I really enjoy this one.
No, I do too.
It is. I'm trying to think. It does essentially the Master of the Universe thing and the Beastmaster 2 thing, where it just brings them to modern day.
Yeah, I think that's really what I feel makes this one stand out the most.
Yeah,
it's just because it's like a literal fish out of water, plural fish.
Well, that's the thing. I compare it to those two movies, but this is so much better than those two movies. Well, I guess I haven't seen Beastmaster 2, but. I'm sure it's a great Academy Award winner. So, but yeah, this one's just fun. They're getting attacked by a probe that's just knocking out power to everything, and then they end up slingshotting around the sun to travel back in time, which it's treated a bit more casually than it should be. I mean, there's a little line from Bones about, "Oh my god, that's crazy," but for the most part, they're like, "Oh yeah, let's do a time warp."
Yeah, they just time warp, and I'm very upset that a big dance number did not.
I know.
Down right
Step one in the time warp: jump to the left.
Yeah.
Jump to.
Well, I mean, it'd be Spock singing it, and maybe Bill would do an interpretive dance.
Oh God. William Shatner singing is always an event.
It's something.
But yeah.
I mean,
some more facts about this. All the outer space stuff was written by Harv Bennett. All the 1986 stuff was written by Nicholas Meyer. They brought him back after Wrath of Khan to come back and work on this one as well.
Yeah.
And then essentially Leonard Nimoy just kind of rushed over the whole thing.
It sounds like he rushed over the whole thing from the start.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna save the whales.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not?
This movie features Chucky's mom, or Andy Bartlett's mom from Child's Play.
Yes.
That was my reaction when I was watching. I was like, "Hey, it's Andy's mom."
That's right.
But yeah, this. Another fun fact about this one. The boombox guy who's on the poster because he's a major character apparently now. He also has a cameo in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's like, if you watch, there's a scene where he's literally on the street. He just has that boombox. That's how you identify him. It's supposed to be the same actor and the same character. So, Star Trek Motion Picture is now the first movie in the MCU.
So I guess after he realized, people don't like him riding public transit with his stereo in San Francisco, he decides to try that in New York City.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh. All right.
Hey, it's been quite a few years, maybe.
Hey, maybe people have changed.
Yeah.
Maybe will pinch me, and then I'll just wake up, a few hours later in a part of town I don't know where I am.
I mean, New York seems like a much more relaxed place than San Francisco.
Absolutely.
But yeah, like Leonard Nimoy, you could definitely tell he had more fun with this one. He definitely experiments more with the shots. It's much more interesting to watch.
No, yeah, he did. This one did. There was a lot of great cinematography in this one.
Mm-hmm.
And practical effects.
Yeah, I was about to say
some practical effects.
Most
the scene where you see the landing gear pressing down in the grass in the park, and that I was like, all right, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, also most of the shots, they obviously had whale models, and most of the shots with those look really good.
Yeah.
There's a couple of shots where you see the eye, and the eye is really the weak part of that model. Like anything.
You talking about the mind melt scene?
Yeah, a little bit there. That one's not as bad. I was thinking of the scene where they're beamed onto a ship and they're looking at them.
Yeah,
they don't look so great there.
No, but the scene where they're out by the crash ship and you see them kind of flying or swimming up and near the crash ship, that actually looked good.
Yeah.
Even though I knew it was fake, but it looked good.
Well, there's when they're at the whatever it's called, the whale museum place.
Institute of San Francisco.
Yes. When they're there and they go to see him and then you see the whale tail come out and flop out. That looks great.
That did. It really did look great.
And of course, this is the one where we get the nuclear vessels, which was very much very much a Leonard Nimoy edition. He was like, "Oh my god, that's gonna be hilarious. We have to have Chekhov looking for the nuclear vessels."
I think it was maybe just a screen read, and it was like, "Oh, sorry, let me read." I'm like, no, Walter, say it like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just oh my god, that's funny. But yeah, this is a funny one, and it was also brought up.
Oh, yeah, and this one. Oh, sorry. This one also features my favorite moment, and I'm gonna just computer.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Well, at first he's trying to talk to it, and then they're like, "Oh, use the mouse." Then he picks up the mouse and talks into it. It's like, Scotty.
He's like, how primitive.
Yeah, find a keyboard. Yeah,
busts it out.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love how they're kind of willy-nilly a bit with the timeline. We can't just be giving him this technology. Well, how do we know he doesn't invent it, dude?
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie's mainly just a lot of fun. It is definitely the most fun of the first four movies.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything after this that'd be more fun. Probably not. I mean, I feel like this is the only Star Trek movie that even remotely tries for comedy.
On purpose.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we're going to get to comedy in Star Trek 5, but...
a different type of comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Star Trek is Paramount, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't...
Yes. They're all on Paramount Plus.
Wait. Police Academy's Paramount too.
Oh, is it?
Huh. So it's probably the same
Yo, they're cutting
artist.
corners. They're cutting corners.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
Well, wait. Well, what was the first Police Academy movie? That was like early to mid '80s, if I'm not mistaken.
Early '80s, I want to say. Most of them were in the '80s, except.
So in theory, in theory, it's probably the same artist who does like poster art for Paramount. So it's a style.
Sure.
All right, so we've already established that Star Trek is part of the MCU. Do we want to stretch it out and say that Police Academy is part of the MCU as well?
Yes, those cadets that Chekhov and Uhura were cadets. We're trained by Lieutenant Lassard.
Yes. This universe gets weird, guys.
Or, they could have been the first ones trained by Mahoney. But, they were way too by the book to be trained by Mahoney.
God.
Maybe Harris.
Yeah, wait a minute. There's no overlapping actors. That's interesting.
Yeah, so it must be the same universe and just no guest stars. Okay.
I'm trying to squash the theory, but I'm having a hard time.
Oh yeah, this movie does begin with security footage that is literally just clips from the movie again. The last movie did that too, and that's so dumb. It's like, can you get somewhat creative, guys? I guess the cameraman is an actual person on the ship, the Enterprise, and what we're watching is historical documents.
Well, yeah, remember in Generations, they had that guy with the headgear, and, he was following them around.
Yep. So, obviously they have a crewman.
Yeah, it's a helmsman Ricky.
I feel sorry for the helmsman that has to hang out outside the ships for the exterior shots. The cameraman just floating around out there.
Actually, it's probably just robots, like drones.
No, if you have the headgear, you might as well go all in.
Just let them go drift in space. It'll be fun.
But, yeah, shit. I didn't have much on... Oh, yeah, there is footage of whalers going on here at the Institute. And that's something I wondered, because I was like, I bet you that's real shit.
Yeah, I bet you it probably was real whaler footage.
Yeah, it looked real. And I was like,
it did.
That's probably just genuine shit they're putting up there.
Well, they did also have the message at the end about whales.
Yeah.
And it was definitely a passion project for Leonard Nimoy.
No. Well, it is. It is something that dates this movie quite a bit, because I remember that in the 80s was a huge deal. You don't hear anything about it anymore. And I think outside of most countries, whaling is not a thing.
Yeah, I know that, if it's a coastal town where there are whales, I'm sure it's still pretty much a big thing in there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those eastern, coastal United States, definitely out west as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, to my understanding, Japan still does some whaling.
Yes,
they do a lot more than just whaling, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have a heartbeat? Yeah, they try to catch it.
Yeah. Or sell it in a vending machine.
Yeah, I speak in jest. Of course.
Or do you? Honestly, yeah, this is fun.
Romp.
Yeah, fun romp. Before we get
a fun little pit. Yeah, it's a fun pit stop before we get back into real Star Trek territory.
Is that what we want to call the next one?
We can. I'll die on this hill.
Oh, you might have to next week.
I love 5. Yeah, I love 5.
Sure.
I'm willing to defend it.
Sure.
Bob, I've also brought you the classic Morons from Outer Space. I think I'm willing to defend the Final Frontier.
Well, okay. That's a low bar. Jesus.
Fine, I could raise it. Pod people.
Yeah, Star Trek 5 is good because it's better than The Room. Okay. Okay, maybe that's unfair to The Room.
Could also just be a fact.
Not only was it shot in 38 millimeter as well as digital.
Oh.
I mean, you know, can we say that about Star Trek? For some reason.
I'm fed up with this world.
Was I the only one cheering for that gun to go back in the safe?
Oh, that would have been so good.
Go. Oh. Man. Well, we had one take for that.
Somebody should teach him how sex works, because he was belly button.
Yeah, that belly button's pretty hot right there.
Someone should teach both of them how sex works.
Well, I think she just was not engaged.
No.
Yeah. She's like, she's just closing her eyes.
Yeah. Just tell me when you're done, Jesus.
Getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
Yes. So, are we ready for Daredevil?
Yeah.
Daredevil. Okay, episodes 5 through... Oh, let's get you guys in here. Daredevil episodes 5 through 9. Which, yeah, honestly, I think we're breaking up this series fairly nicely, because I feel like the first 4 were kind of like your first act, or everything got introduced. And then this set definitely felt like your second act. Like,
no, this definitely had a change of pace from the first 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was definitely more story driven with the plot, and they're moving that right along. Like, what was it? Fisk took out some members of his own organization.
Yeah,
just to kind of clean house, and then we find out that it was the Chinese lady who's really the head figure. This is just more the, official, like, figure-esque head. Mm-hmm. But, like, we get more into that later, but they just kind of teetered on that near the latter ones of the episode.
Yeah.
We see him we get more of a background on Matt and how he kind of learned to do his Daredevil ways with his training with Stick.
Mm-hmm.
Who I forget who that actor is. He's
Scott Glenn.
He's great. He's always good.
Mm-hmm.
And we also get more with Foggy and their secretary,
Karen.
Karen, yes.
By the way, I feel sorry for anybody named Karen now, because I'm certain there's lots of nice people named Karen. And
yeah.
Did you see the film titled Karen?
I heard it's fitting.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
It's one of those things where if you watch it, you might as well make it lucrative and have some sort of watch along with an audience or something. Because, it's that. It's like that on the nose. It's really, really rough.
I honestly didn't even know there was a movie called Karen, so.
Oh yeah. White woman in a mostly black neighborhood, and she is a bitch. And yeah.
All right.
Whatever you can think of right now.
Yeah.
Happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Lovely. She sounds like a lovely human being. a real credit to the community and society as a whole.
We're gonna cash in on that name. We're gonna.
But this Karen in this movie or series is actually very good and wholesome and kind of straight to the point. Throughout most of this arc, we follow a lady who comes and seeks their legal help because someone at Fisk's company is trying to forcibly move them out of her and her family and everyone that building out of their apartment building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And later, they men show up with sledgehammers, destroy the apartments and stuff, and kind of just really mean and unnecessary. Oh, and there's also a giant explosion in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah. Well, early on in this set, we get to see how powerful Fisk is when we have Matt listening in onto an interrogation, and the criminal says, "Okay, I want to make a deal. His name is Wilson Fisk. I'll tell you all you want to know." And the cops go, "Oh, you shouldn't have talked," and kill him right there. It's like, oh shit. And then I think the next.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, my note on that was like we get a good visualization of his reach.
Yeah.
Because that's quite a reach he's got there.
Well, I think it's the next episode or soon after that, where he's held up in that building, and he's essentially getting surrounded by corrupt cops. And he does come across one good cop that he just kind of ties up and leaves behind, and then the corrupt cops just kill him.
He first tries to talk logic to him. He's like, "Okay, look, I just want you to listen, okay? Do not make a sound, or else it's going to be a bad night for you." And of course, he tries to like call on the radio, and then he just knocks him out, and then the bad cops just fucking shoot him. Point blank. They say he's already dead. Boom. Wow. Don't you think they traced that bullet there?
Well, assuming that guy's bot too.
Yeah, true, and probably is bot.
What's your guys' take on that traceable bullet stuff? Because it seems like it gets used sometimes in media.
I've seen it used more so with like crime dramas with police and that, and corrupt police. And I mean, I think the most thing I could think of that's most comparable to it would be in Minority Report, how they said the gun that's registered to this officer, Tom Cruise, committed this crime. And I've seen ones where, like, they say kind of like in what would be like a throwaway line of dialogue, where it's like, yeah, all the guns are like, registered by serial number as well as ammunition.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, few and far between, but it's kind of more of the heavier, I guess, set ones, or the ones that I guess they try to base in more reality or based on actuality.
I guess I always feel like that's a loose one. Like, all right, do we need it? How contrived are we here? What made me think of it was the TV show Dexter, where Dexter's sister on the show, she shoots somebody. That
was also one
that they do not catch the killer, and it's like, well, it came from her gun. A police officer's gun. The bullet's in her gut. What is there to bring her in? You're all set. It's over.
Yeah.
But they don't ever talk about it, and it just it's just so strange how sometimes it's a big deal, sometimes it isn't. So, like I just, there's some things that it really confuses me. Like I just wish I wish they give you a playbill before a movie starts and say, okay, listen, here's the rules. Here's what can happen and what can't happen, and fine. I mean, I'm a Star Wars guy. I'm fine. Talking to ghosts, sure, okay, cool. I'm in.
Yeah, I don't know. I always found the traceable bullet. Like, I don't know how much actual science there is behind it, because I mean, there's probably some, but yeah. Like, it seems like something you could easily fake if there is actual science behind it.
Yeah. Like a couple of, let's just list a couple of silly movies that have shooting. Wanted is a movie that's just absurd as hell. Terrible. I was okay. All right, fine. You're gonna make a gun. You're gonna make a bullet curve. Cool. I'm in.
They should have called that JFK 2.
Oh God. Oliver Stone's like, I want to do that. I want to.
There's the scene in the A-Team remake where they're falling out of the sky in a tank.
Yeah.
And they're aiming by shooting. And I'm
That's right.
I
man.
dig this. I don't care how fucking stupid this is.
Yeah.
I dig it.
It's kind of nice because I remember watching that and thinking, hey, I've cleared a map on GoldenEye that way, only fire might take in reverse. Oh, I need to get through this barricade. 360, fire. Where'd I go next? Here. I do it in GTA too.
The dialogue is funny too.
But
why are we in a tank? We fell out of the plane. When? Recently?
Sometimes action movies like that, they're just like good old fashioned fun.
I like me some Carnahan. I think I think I'm a sucker for him.
I'm a sucker for Donner. I'll admit I love the Lethal Weapon movies. Sure. They're great. They're just kind of great. I think it helps that Danny Glover and Mel Gibson had just a great chemistry on screen together.
Yeah,
it makes a big deal. It really.
I mean, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. If you can buy them as people that have a relationship, it's so much easier to just get on board with whatever they're going to do.
Yeah, it's just
like
so easy.
Bad Boys.
Yeah,
Bad Boys is so easy to enjoy.
It is just because you buy it that okay, these guys are partners. I get it. And I see like a lot of more modern movies try and go that with like the cop buddy or whatever angle, and it's just so much of it just seems like you all were placed here, kind of like the movie SWAT, for example, with Colin Farrell that came out. I want to say early 2000s.
I think I saw that when it came out. Yeah. Jesus,
I mentally burned that out of my skull.
I know. I am very sorry about that, but I remember that one just because it's like this one's like all this team stuff just seems really forced.
Yeah,
and I know that it's just going to be implied that hey, we need to be a team that we always want to be, and they do in time to save the day, and it's just I remember being so unhappy watching that. I went with a group of friends, and right after they all were out at the bar after their first big successful team thing at school, I just was like, this movie's I can tell you how the rest of this movie's going to go right now. And my buddy who was sitting next to me was like, okay, I'll bite. I told him, and throughout he's just.
Did you see this before?
Did you see this already? No. Why would I spend my money?
Yeah. Why would I watch this twice?
Yeah, very loudly. Just
Well, I mean, this year, Uncharted. You want to talk about two stiff people that have no business being in a movie about a video game series that is wrought with just brilliant relationships and camaraderie and Mark Wahlberg and Spider-Man.
I'm 50-50 with Wahlberg. I'm 50-50.
Really? Are you?
Sometimes I think he could really give a great performance if he has has the right script and the right director, and he could even make good on the right script. And just
I'm with you there. Shooter, I love him in Shooter, man.
I think his part in Basketball Diaries is amazing. And he's a young guy in that one.
Shit. Yeah.
I found that one. I got into John Carroll like a long time ago, and I was reading like, and then he wrote this. I was like, wait, Basketball Diaries?
Yeah.
Book? I thought it was, and then just do a quick Google search. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna buy the movie, and I watched it, and I was like, wow, like I can't believe I dogged Leo when he was younger. He could.
I was just gonna say. Every time somebody talks about DiCaprio, I'm like, go watch Basketball Diaries and shut up.
And I mean, I like a lot of the movies he's taking now. I like the roles he's taking now. I actually finally had a chance to sit down and watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a couple of last month, and I really like his take on that, broken actor.
It almost seems like he's having fun now. Like he's just messing around at this point.
Yeah, he's just having fun. I like Brad Pitt's character in that too. I really enjoyed that movie, and I'm surprised at like how tame they were with the Manson family stuff. I thought Quentin would have gone a little bit, cashed in on that more, but no. and it was still good.
It was, yeah, that was the one thing that I thought was odd about that, because theoretically you could take Margot Robbie and just remove her from the movie. Theoretically.
Yeah, it's all there for like the Easter egg stuff.
And just like make it just the cameo at the end.
Right.
And like cut out the scene of her going to the movie theater altogether.
Well, he's got to show those feet. So.
Yeah. I mean, I know that would be the hardest. That probably would be the hardest argument to have with him.
I just remember the scene
hardest one to win.
I just remember Brad Pitt picking up that hitchhiker and she puts those feet on that dashboard. It's like, oh, great.
Yeah. No, as soon as I saw that, and I went, "Oh, that's right, Quentin Tarantino."
Yeah.
Like, I was watching it with my wife, and she just cracked up laughing at that. He does have a thing for feet, and I went, "I imagine that those aren't the only pair we're gonna see."
Yeah.
Death Proof. I think every female in Death Proof showed their feet. I'm pretty sure of it. And then, of course, in Inglourious Basterds, he has something centered around a shoe and how the actress has to put a shoe on. It's like, dude, see some help. Stop making your work about this.
Yeah. How can I center this story around feet?
And let us not forget, Uma in 2 different roles. Pulp Fiction, that little steady cam shot of her walking out to the living room to say, let's go eat. And she's
barefoot. Yep.
And of course, Wiggle, you're big.
Yeah. Kill Bill 1.
Yeah, and the pussy wagon. Yeah.
Oh,
I remember shortly after that, somebody had their own pussy wagon. Like, I remember me and my buddy, we were in a car, and it just drove past in the opposite lane, and we were like, "Is that the pussy wagon?"
Yeah,
I think it was.
Not the pussy wagon, but
and it was like, yeah, it was a pussy wagon. It's like, okay.
That just happened.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my God.
I'm not crazy. All right.
Well, I do feel like we've gotten a bit derailed here, but I don't know. I like talking too.
I like
No, it's all good. Yeah. No,
I do it all the time.
It's interesting. But yeah.
Yes, Daredevil.
Yeah.
Where were we last on? We already talked about
the corruption of the cops
and the big explosion when the Russians were going to go attack, and they put a bounty on Daredevil, or the man in the black mask.
Yeah.
But what's really weird is no one's really going around going like I think it was only that reporter who ever referred to him as the devil.
It might be.
He was. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that could just be the name they're calling him in the press, which that makes sense.
Excuse me. Maybe, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, at the end of the last set, Kingpin kills the one brother of the Russian, frames Daredevil for it, but he also knows it's not going to hold out, and the other brother he doesn't figure out that Daredevil's innocent, but he figures out Kingpin's involved, and he just thinks Daredevil's working for Kingpin.
Yeah, somehow he thinks that.
Yeah.
He made that connection. I remember when he got to that, I'm like, you jumped a few levels there, bub, but all right. Let's see how that works out for you.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take long because Kingpin had already put in plans to just start taking care of that side of the mafia, so...
Yeah, and it gets to the point when, Daredevil and this Russian, the brother of the guy whose head got mashed by that door.
Yeah.
He later finds out that he kind of has no choice but to trust Daredevil.
Yeah,
he kind of does for a while.
Yeah, they're kind of partners for like half an episode.
Yeah, he cauterized a wound because he didn't want him to bleed out.
Mm-hmm.
They later killed 2 other cops. He takes a gun. He's like, "All right, we got to go." He's like, "No, I'm gonna stay."
Yeah, I'll tell you everything I know right now, and I'm just gonna hang out here.
Yep, I'm not moving.
Mm-hmm.
So they come to that common ground, and of course, all this is just Daredevil gathering more information.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Froggy and Karen are still working this Union, or what was it? Allied?
Union Allied, I believe. Yeah.
Union Allied, or something like that.
Corrupt business.
Yeah. corrupt shadow company.
Yeah.
You know, evil, bad. They end up. There was another raid on the building, and the sweet lady that had hired them, who even Foggy and Karen went over and did a lot of repairs at her apartment.
Yeah.
Free of charge, just fixed a bunch of crap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was an explosion. Her windows are, and later I think that she died due to stabbing. Froggy felt really guilty about it.
Yeah.
Which he shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just was it's a whole bunch happens all at once.
Yeah.
Few episodes.
Well, I mean, Foggy feels bad about, but the truth was the Kingpin had her killed to lure Daredevil into. Well, no, It wasn't. Was it Kingpin directly or Nobu? But Nobu was hired by Kingpin to kill Daredevil, and they set up this trap to bring Daredevil in.
Yeah.
It doesn't work, but gets pretty damn close.
But yeah, Nobu kills this woman, and you know later faces off against Daredevil, who ends up whooping that ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By kind of a cheat way. I mean, he is very evenly matched, but he throws him into a tank of flammable chemicals.
Yeah, I don't know if evenly matched is the right term, because Nobu was pretty much kicking his butt. I mean,
yeah, he was.
It was kind of amazing he wasn't dead, but yeah.
It was, considering all those slashes with that blade.
Yeah, he was bloody as fuck.
Yeah, he hasn't quite learned the lesson about the red suit yet.
Yeah.
Which I remember, this is the one thing I didn't like about the series at first. It's like, how could he have score an apartment like that? You know, have the legal firm and everything, but not drop any coin on the suit.
Yeah. Well, as I recall, they worked that into the story, but yeah, the suit is like awful. Like I think the suit looks fine, the black suit, but there's no defense to it at all. It's just essentially a black sweater.
It really just almost looks like it's some like that gear that motorcyclists will use to protect their body, like the riding pads.
Yeah,
It's like the full-bodied suit. That's really what it essentially looks like.
Yeah,
and, just that scarf that covers half of his face.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I do love the look of Daredevil where he has his actual eyes covered. I think that looks cool. I've always been a fan of that look for Daredevil too. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of intimidating, which is what it should be.
Yeah.
But just like the motorcycle crash pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks a little weird to me at first.
But yeah, he gets the crap beat out of him, beats Nobu pretty much with luck. And then Kingpin beats the ever-loving shit out of him. And then Yeah, that I think that's the first like physical confrontation we get between the two of them. Which
before we heard like a verbal back and forth, and it was one saying this is the last time we'll ever speak.
Yeah,
and then it's
totally
a face-to-face conversation like the next episode, and it's like, oh, I mean, he did get a few good licks in.
Mm-hmm.
Matt got a few good ones.
Yeah,
but the episode ends of him staggering back to his apartment and Froggy breaking in.
Yeah, Foggy hears noise and just sees Matt in the costume.
And then he takes it off and sees it's Matt.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's also good to mention that this entire time, whenever the conversation about the masked vigilante had come up in the office, the law office, between Matt, Karen, or Foggy, like, Foggy is against it. Hates it.
Yeah.
He's not a fan.
Yeah.
Loads. And Matt's always like, it's not that bad. Like,
mm-hmm. And Karen's like, yeah, he helped me. And Foggy's like, no, you can't be doing stuff like that. No, you
can't be. And it's like, and they both try and do, and I don't think Karen knows.
Karen knows what?
Knows that Matt is Daredevil.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, I think only Rosario Dawson knew.
Yeah.
She left the series. No, she's still in there.
She's not in that many episodes, but yeah, she was in the episode where he was held out in the building with the Russian.
Yeah, she was in that one. She was working the hospital off duty, but she was still working like a pro.
Yeah, yes.
There's an explosion. Are you serious? Mm-hmm. He was like, "What are you doing here? Have you seen the news?"
Mm-hmm. One thing that this set also introduced that I thought was interesting, the idea that both Daredevil and Kingpin want the same things, but they're going at it from drastically different angles.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, like Kingpin.
Because I mean, he's kind of right.
Yeah, well, they both want to fix the city. Daredevil obviously wants to fix the problems we have. Ta-da.
Yeah,
and Kingpin's
like the corruption.
Yeah, and Kingpin's like, no, we gotta just uproot fucking everything and destroy it all, and then just rebuild something new.
Just scorched earth.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, holy shit. And guess who'd be on top of that? I wonder who.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the series is it's playing out very well.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice, and it's nice to kind of rewatch it again after all this time, because I don't think I've watched this since it originally came out.
Mm-hmm. No, I haven't either. But yeah, it's excellent.
Because I just saw whenever the new season would come out, I would just wait for the new season and then just start from season 1, episode 2, or episode 1.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't have anything to add other than I'm really enjoying going back into this series.
Yes.
Random question: did either of you guys watch the first episode of Moon Knight?
Not yet.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I was just thinking of CP's here. Maybe we could discuss that. But
I'll make myself involved somehow because I've seen some of Daredevil. Who do you guys think the best person to play Daredevil is?
Like from further on?
Just in history. Just a film, show, whatever. Just
well,
over
the only ones I can think of that I'm familiar with would be obviously Charlie Cox and Ben Affleck. So yeah, definitely Charlie Cox.
Yeah, Charlie Cox out of both. I mean, I enjoy Kevin Smith's early work, and I do enjoy the dive into horror he's done. And generally, I agree on his opinion on film a lot of the time. I disagree with him on the fact that Affleck can play anything.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, let him play the fucking shark in Jaws. Sure. I would enjoy that, actually.
I'd be on board with that.
It's a shame, too. I don't know if either of you have seen the Deep Water.
No.
Oh, man. Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas in a film directed by Fatal Attraction and Decent Proposal.
That's a famous director.
Adrian Lynn. Oh, I fuck. Anyway, that director made
Adrian Lindefuck. Okay.
Yes.
And it's just so I wanted to like it. I really did, and I was just like, just go make The Town 2, please, because you're screwing it up again. It's weird. Ben Affleck's had such a weird career.
Oh yeah,
he really has. Because I mean, he can do dramatic roles again.
Yeah.
Right script, right director. He can deliver a great performance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and just sometimes he gives us reindeer games.
Yeah, that's the thing. I like Affleck when he works with Kevin Smith. I think he does a good job.
I do too.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think Kevin knows how to direct him.
Yeah.
You could tell there's some looseness about it. He's Accountant. I really enjoyed that movie. I really thought he was good in that. But I don't know.
What was it? The Sum of All Fears.
Yeah, with Morgan Freeman, right?
Yeah. He was great in that.
I remember enjoying that one.
Yeah, he turned in a really good performance. It was all right, dude.
Yeah, I remember thinking he was a good Jack Ryan, and then they never did anything with it. Now it's like the forgotten Jack Ryan movie.
The mid 2000s happened.
Well, I mean, I remember that happened, and I remember being like, "What the fuck? He's playing Jack Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
No." So what, you expect Harrison to do it? I go, he still could, just doesn't want to. They just probably didn't offer him enough money. But then we did think he'd never play his old roles.
Yeah.
But I wish that is one role he would go back to. But Affleck did a great job in that, and I haven't seen anything with I didn't see the one with Chris Pine.
No, I forgot about that one too.
Oh yeah, me neither.
But I kind of have a joke with him that he's just going to make his early career off of playing roles that other actors have made famous.
Well, I think that's all actors anymore. They're all just rebooting.
Well, yeah, now.
Jesus.
Yeah, now anymore.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't do full reboot with Ghostbusters. I mean, that's at least a...
Well, they tried. They tried.
They tried at one point. Yeah. They did, in fact.
Yeah. That was the thing that happened. We talked about it on here. It was... Yeah.
Yo, they ignored that 2016 one when they made that box set. They
didn't. They didn't actually.
Oh, really?
There is a digital download code in the packaging.
Wow.
The box for it. Mm-hmm. So that whole mess that Paul Flagg went on and on about, they were planning on including that the entire time.
Wow.
They just had the initial press kit for it. Didn't mention it because they were going to wait to release it when they said the trailer for the public for it.
Yeah.
Make more people want to buy it.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah, that's what wanted to happen. More people wanted to buy it because of Paul Feig's version. Sure.
But it's more like, you mean I get one? You mean I get 1, 2? Well, that's what they told Paul.
Yeah.
But you get 1, 2, and Afterlife, plus like an extra DVD that's filled with, hours of behind the scenes of all 3 movies and making ofs and thousands of other collectible stuff, Oh, and a digital download, a website where you can go, and a code to get the digital download of 2016 Ghostbusters.
Yeah, this box set has thousands of hours of behind the scenes footage. All the commentary tracks you could ever want. And only had the 2016 version.
It also has like all that stuff for that movie too. Like they're celebrating it along with the other 3 in the story.
Mm-hmm.
But Paul just made a big deal about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys talked about the Fanatic. That's for 30 minutes, huh? Damn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking through your backlog, and I'm like,
no, that's fine.
What?
Yes, we did. That's a segment that we need to suggest more to. I've been trying to scour for something that I feel is just qualified enough for it.
Yeah.
Well, if I could be topical, how do you guys feel? I mean, we kind of spoke before we went live. How do you guys feel about Bruce Willis stepping down? He's got an issue with his. He's got a bit of a neurological disorder.
Yeah.
So he won't be acting anymore. But to say that the last 15, 20 years of his career has been iffy would be polite.
Yeah. It would be. And also the what was it? The Razzies website decided to change the name of the Bruce Willis Award.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. In light of this news.
I didn't realize they had a Bruce Willis Award.
Yeah. I think it was something new that they were going to announce this year. Or they had previously. I'm not too sure on when or how long they've had one named after him. But, I mean, you guys are at least doing that in good taste and, like, with good intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name 5 great Bruce Willis movies from the 21st century?
Oh, goddamn it. You have to put that on it? All
right. Really good? Really good? Good?
Die Hard 4 is pretty good.
I agree with you. I'd put that at great. It has to be the R-rated version, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the only version I watch. So I mean,
stupid Fox idiots.
I know he's done some good stuff.
Yeah.
God, you had to put 21st century on it. I could probably name you 5 from the 90s.
Would you put Split or Glass in there?
Yeah. I'd put Split.
I'd put Split. But I don't know. That's a stretch because he's barely in that.
I'd give Glass too because
it's not Ed Knight's worst movie by a long shot.
His character was supposed to be subdued through most of it until they all came together. So I mean, I get the clunkiness in when he was featured in that. Well, you could also consider Unbreakable, because didn't that come out in
I
2003?
think that was 2001.
Oh, was it 2001?
Yeah, I know my 99.
Oh, yeah, you know
99 is 6 cents.
Because 6 cents was 99.
Okay,
yeah,
so Unbreakable, I'd definitely put there.
Yeah, Unbreakable. Yeah, I would definitely put Unbreakable. What was the war movie he did? Tears of the Sun? Was that 90s or was that early 2000s?
I did not see that.
Tears of the Sun is 02. I know what you're talking about. Where he's stuck at the camp, right?
Yeah.
That's 02.
One. But I mean, I'm also a sucker for war movies, so good or bad,
I'm right there with you. I mean, you could. So. When he was his best was the 90s. Like you could probably take
Hudson
30
Hawk.
movies from the 90s.
Hudson Hawk, number 1.
Sure.
Number 1. I don't care. I fucking love that movie. There's no guilty pleasure in that. There's 2 that I put in that category that are from the 90s. That and Johnny Dangerously.
Does he have to be in it? Because I like Look Who's Talking. Because,
that one's good too. No. Oh no. I was just saying that and Johnny Dangerously, I feel, are on a tier caliber that those movies would never be.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about Bruce Willis in the 90s, the one that jumps out to me immediately, would be Fifth Element.
Fifth Element, yeah. Because that
Multipass.
was 90s.
Yeah.
12 Monkeys.
Dallas Multipass.
12 Monkeys was the 90s too.
Yeah, 12 Monkeys was great.
Dude, it seems like he made 2 a year. 2 biggies a year. By the way, he made Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. No, Sin City was also early 2000s.
Yeah, Sin City. I just went by that one.
He was in Sin City, yeah.
All right.
Whole 9 yards?
Yeah. Whole 9 yards. Yeah, actually, that was entertaining.
That was 2000, 2001, yeah.
That was rather entertaining. I mean, minus the Matthew Perry being so Matthew Perry.
Well, I mean, that was the thing at that time.
That was, yes. Yeah.
I love being like 10, 15 years in the future, looking back at when Hollywood was like, hey, we can make this guy a movie star. And it's like, you thought you could make Matthew Perry a movie star, you idiots.
Oh, here's one I always forget about, but I'm always happy when I watch it. Last Boy Scout.
Oh, that's 90s. That's a good movie.
Yeah. That is a good one, yeah.
With what's her face from Halloween 4 and 5.
Yeah. Yeah, that has Jamie Lloyd.
Jamie Lloyd, that's her name. Yeah.
Well, no, that's the actress name. That was like
her name's Jamie.
That was her character in Halloween. I think her name is Danielle Harris.
Danielle Harris.
Danielle Harris.
Yeah. Oh, I got myself all tied up.
Wasn't she in the Rob Zombie remakes too?
Yeah, she played Annie.
I was so uncomfortable that she was nude in that movie. It was so strange.
I was too when I first saw that. Somebody decided, my friend who I was watching it with, decided to wait until that part to go, hey, dude, you remember Halloween 4 and 5? I'm like, yeah, that's her.
No.
Dude, what the? Why? Aren't you watching? No, I'm not.
That's just
I'm not watching that.
Turn this off. I'm putting Sesame Street on.
Well, okay, next scene.
There are so many reasons to not watch those remakes. So
yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail you with the Bruce Willis talk.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, it was Rob Zombie's Halloween is what derailed.
Yeah. I think I derailed it there.
I'm a little concerned about him doing the Monsters.
I am too.
Yeah.
Because I have a sneaking suspicion, and it's just a hunch at this point. I just have the sneaking suspicion that 95% of that movie is going to be monsters acting like white trash, saying "fuck" to each other.
Is he writing it? If he's writing it, we're screwed.
If he is, then I imagine that's what we're.
He's got a good eye. He needs to film other people's scripts. That's the way.
He has a great eye for horror.
Yeah,
a great eye for it. And if they take his story and just make it something else, and he just lets some people do that, who know what they're doing.
Yeah. Rob, what is this fucking Southern fried 70s shit? You were raised in New York in the 70s and 80s, so I don't know what your infatuation with this time period is, but stop.
I think the best thing whenever talking about Rob Zombie that I always compare is like if you take a look at House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects side by side as two separate films, like completely unrelated, even though they directly are. Like, I think that House of a Thousand Corpses definitely represents more of that like drive-in, like grindhouse cinema style that is like that's more of a grindhouse movie than a film entitled Grindhouse.
Sure.
Nothing against those two. I think they're great. Like, not necessarily my favorite Robert Rodriguez or Quentin Tarantino release.
No,
but
I love that the car stunt in Tarantino's movie.
It's awesome. But not necessarily. I would say like my top 5. Still love it.
Right.
But I think House of a Thousand Corpses is a better representation of that style of cinema and time period.
Yeah,
it's like you said, fair. It's a time period, time like almost like a living time capsule of it.
Yeah, that's fair. Would you say that that either Tarantino or Rodriguez missed with those films?
No.
They're just not great.
I think they hit what they're going for. Yeah,
they definitely hit with what they're going for. I was just a little disappointed that Tarantino would do the route of like that he took with it. I was kind of hoping he would kind of go more mad maniac.
Yeah,
and that's kind of where I felt that he would with it. So I didn't read anything into it or anything. And Robert Rodriguez doing zombies, I was thinking, oh, this is a for sure thing. I'm going to get a slasher from Tarantino. And then, okay.
Yeah.
This is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Kurt Russell.
Yeah, no. Kurt Russell does a great job in that movie.
If this was made in this... I mean, it was cool to finally see Kurt Russell in a Tarantino film. I enjoyed that immensely. But I just was like, all right, if this was made in the 70s, Kurt Russell's definitely playing the Steve McQueen part, and that's kind of how I looked at the movie. And I did enjoy it, but I felt like, I wish this would have been a little bit better, but
excuse me, I'm sorry. If you had to invest your life savings on the reputation of one of these two directors, who would it be?
What,
Quentin Tarantino?
Ooh.
Or Edgar Wright?
God, that's evil.
That is evil.
What, on them just consistently doing good stuff?
Yeah, because I don't know if you've seen Soho. I think Soho is his first pretty close to miss for me.
What, Edgar Wright?
I have not seen Soho.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about ready to say Edgar Wright. No, I have not seen Soho, though.
You see, I would think about the ends of what do I see being more substantial in film than...
And plus, Tarantino gets money. Edgar Wright never gets money.
Yeah, he doesn't draw.
Yeah,
he doesn't draw. To steal a pro wrestling term, he doesn't draw money. Yeah, he doesn't draw.
He's not over.
He's not Jeff Jarrett, yes. Well, he is Jeff Jarrett.
I just feel fortunate he keeps on getting the budgets, though.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got that like marquee name, so fan base will see it no matter what. Fan base.
All right. Well, if I switched it up to Rodriguez.
Rodriguez that's where Tarantino.
Yeah.
Oh, Tarantino.
That's where it's really tough. Yeah, I'd still say Tarantino because I would look at things that what do I hold more close within cinematography and film, and it's definitely capturing a mood without having any actors in frame. So like shooting like scenes and landscapes, and I think of like the westerns that Tarantino has done lately, and it's like, man, you got great use of that, like that film that you shot in all those westerns, and it looks gorgeous and scenic. And Robert Rodriguez doesn't necessarily do those big wide shots, I know, or he doesn't like to do those. He kind of just keeps everything really tight to the action.
Director. Yeah. Well, I'll take it and switch again. If you're a producer, if you're ahead of a studio, who would you take?
Tarantino.
Still.
Yeah.
Because Rodriguez makes those Shark Boy movies and
but
it depends on the picture. It depends on the picture. It depends on the picture and what it is. If it's something that we're gonna sell to like the audience that's still pissing and crapping in their pants, we could shell out a CGI adventure, with like a animated clown with a celebrity voice, market, put it on lunchboxes, we'll make millions. If it's something gritty that I want to, or even something that I want for an Oscar consideration.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I just think from a business standpoint.
Business and from a head of a studio standpoint, that from a fan, I just say let them have another Grindhouse picture.
No arguments here.
Yeah.
No arguments here whatsoever.
Or only this time, let them write the movie for each other. So like Quentin will direct Robert's and Robert will direct Quentin's.
Ooh. I like that idea. I like
yeah.
Just because we've seen what they do.
I mean, we've seen somebody else direct Quentin's work. A True Romance.
I would love to see. I want to see Quentin direct his version of True Romance so desperately.
I do too. I would love to see that. But I mean, who would play who? I would only hope that he would get Christian Slater back to maybe play, Clarence's dad, or even Elvis. If he got him to play Elvis.
Yeah.
That would be great.
I want Gary Oldman back. I don't care how old he is. He's got to be my director.
Gary Oldman could probably still do it.
He would still want to be Drexel.
Yeah.
Ooh, here's a good question. Your favorite Gary Oldman role?
Ooh.
Oh God. Ooh.
We could pick top 3 too.
Gary Oldman. I'm going Fifth Element if I get 3.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going Fifth Element in my top 3.
I mean, I'm tempted with top 3. I'm tempted to put Zorg as 1 because Jesus, that's so memorable and memeable. I mean,
the Professional. I might take.
Professional. Is definitely in there.
Oh yeah, God, he was good in that.
I want to say his role in Hannibal. Because he is just he's obviously under a lot of prosthetics and everything.
Oh yeah, the makeup. Oh
God,
incredible.
I forgot he was in that. He is under so many prosthetics. Jesus.
But it's just there's so many to pick from with him because he is just a phenomenal actor.
He's really good.
Every role is different.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched Churchill the whole way. I've just been watching clips of it because I'm waiting.
No, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, but everything is like, oh God. So good.
Yeah, shit. I even like him as somebody with no lines whatsoever in JFK.
That's right. Jesus.
Well, he does kind of have lines, but a lot of them aren't that audible.
I'm a patsy.
God, you remind me of all the roles he has done because I'd forgotten about most of this stuff. Jesus.
Yeah.
I love how none of us said Sid and Nancy.
Sid and Nancy, yeah. Well, I mean...
Sure.
Yeah. Like the 13-year-old me, yeah, sure. That one.
Yeah. No,
I mean, he was a great Jim Gordon.
Oh my God! How did I completely avoid that from my thought process?
Yeah, I think you're suffering comic book burnout, which even I'm suffering at this point. Yeah, it's like, we really need more.
Dude, that scene from Dark Knight when Two-Face has the kid and he's about to flip the coin and he's like, please don't make him suffer, make me suffer. And the line is, I'm about to. And you're like, oh, he means he's going to kill his kid.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what
it's so brutal.
It doesn't matter what that coin lands. He's still going to do it.
Yeah.
I was disappointed that we didn't get another tour of Aaron Eckhart as Two-Face.
I know.
Yeah.
Because that was just such a tease.
Yeah, they ended the story so well, but at the same time, it was like so little of it. So
yeah,
it's like,
yep.
I don't know how you resolve that.
I think if you go back knowing what we know now, you make Dark Knight a little bit shorter, and make Eckhart's movie the third movie.
Yeah,
you kind of do something where they're
Well, you essentially get one night of Two-Face.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of felt like with Dark Knight Rises, like Bame's role was kind of clearly meant to probably be Joker.
Yep.
Take away the League of Shadows and everything, and maybe just like again knowing now. Maybe save Joker for 3, but make 2 and make the turn happen a little bit quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Make it actually be like the courtroom scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what happened in the books. But the explosion was a nice touch.
Yeah. So sad. So sad how life messes with our fiction.
Yeah, God damn it.
Assholes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, God, I like just chatting with you guys.
As do I. This has been a blast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. What? I should look at next week's schedule.
Yeah.
Work. Oh, that's not what I want. All right. Are you interested in doing Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Bobby?
Yeah, I'll go. I will,
okay.
I will go.
I know I'm going to end up watching it because my son will watch it.
Yeah. I haven't watched the first one.
It doesn't.
Oh, it's good. You should check it out.
Okay.
That's coming from an idiot.
I think it sounds like you like it more than I do. I don't. It's a movie.
It's fun. I used to love playing that game, and how they got running around and getting rings into something that is story-ish is magic as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Okay. All right.
So next week I have Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Daredevil, finish off the season, and then something different, the Doctor Strange 1978 pilot. I'm not even sure how to track that down, but I'm sure I can figure out something with the internet.
Okay.
I think my uncle probably can find a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I know a guy who knows a guy, okay? I know.
Yeah.
Who knows a handshake.
Yes.
Knows a guy. So do it.
Yeah. All right. That sounds like an episode. CP, it was great having you here.
Thanks for having me. It's been a long time, man. We gotta
do more.
We really gotta catch up and not be so every 5 years-ish.
Yeah, I know. Let's work together semi-regularly and then stop for like 5 years and then How old are your kids? 40.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Yeah. Oh, your daughter's getting married. Okay, I guess I'll go to that and we can talk about movies there too, I guess.
Well, it's good talking to you guys. Everybody listen, have a good one.
All right.
Toodles.
Toodles, what the hell? I want to go ahead and add some audio credits at the end here. The theme music you're hearing at the beginning and end of this podcast was written and performed by George Johnson, a very good friend of mine. And my current Patreons are Fel Martins, David Lara, and Lindsay Pankhurst. If you'd like to become a patron, go ahead and follow the link down below. Anything you can provide would be incredibly helpful to this channel. We're barely limping by right now. I'd love to make this my full-time job, but I'm miles away from that right now. So any help you could provide, just $1 a month would be amazing. You know you want to. All your friends are doing it.